Well, hi, how are you doing today? Welcome to Pop's Digital World, and I got an interesting thing I'd like to talk to you about today. Been getting involved in a lot of the computer jargon from my buddies next door at Zip Zap Computers, and one of their special friends that comes over there a lot, who's really a IT tech guy with lots of information for me. So I thought I might share this with you. You know, we're all doing all types of video editing and processing of all types of things, and I'm working on a project that is really a really great thing for me to get involved in. And it's a sharpening project for 4 times the resolution of the original. So what started happening was I needed some information about what are we doing the most with our computers in this processing. So I started looking into a lot of different things with, Adobe Premiere and all types of, Final Cut Pro and things like that. And so I started really looking into what are we doing. Like, my computer happens to be built by my buddies next door. It's a Ryzen 9 5900X, and I got 32 gig of RAM, and just stuff. So I got a GPU card, GTX 1080 Ti, which is 11 gigabytes. What does all this stuff have to do with our processing? And I was like, I need to see this real value. So I started going into the task manager and looking at the things that are affecting everything in the CPU and in the GPU. So I don't know if you guys get involved in this or not, but there's so many different things that we need to figure out in our calculations of what we're doing in our rendering of all the videos, and like the program that I'm working in right now, which is a sharpening program, which is very similar to Topaz Labs. So if any of you are involved in that, you know what a strain that puts on your computer to run Topaz Labs. The thing that I didn't like about Topaz Labs was that it was generated through the internet, and that you would have to run the internet through your whole process. So the particular thing I'm using right now is not involved in the internet. It runs without the internet. So, but what do you know about your CPU, and what do you know about GPU, and what effect does it have on your video editing and your video processing? So I think that I'm just bringing this up to you in this edition, so maybe you'll look into it and find out exactly what you have and what is affecting your video processing. I know a lot of you are involved in 8mm film and the processing of that and using software in that. Some of you are even using DaVinci Resolve. Not many I have seen using DaVinci Resolve Studio, but DaVinci Resolve, the free program of software for video editing. So I'd just like to bring this up to you and see what you find out about what is happening in your CPU. Is it running hot? Is it running cool? And what is hot and what is cool? And what's happening with the processing in GPU? Is that part of your programming? Do you have it set for the hardware to actually use it? Are you using a CUDA-driven software? There are a lot of things that you need to realize, and so this is the first in the series that I'm running, and I'm going to get involved in telling you about all the other aspects of what I've seen and what is happening to your production and the time that you spend processing video. And I'm wanting you to realize that there's a big difference between processing video and playing games. So your GPU, gaming GPU, may not be really using its power to process your video. So I want you to check into it and maybe give me a little blurt, about a comment about what's happening with you and what you'd like to see happening with you and why your process is not what you want it to be. So until next time.